Hey everybody, with the Dr. Bob Lee, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Leading things off, our next guest is a U.S. Army veteran. Thank you for your service. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for all you do and continue to do. She's an educator also, a national security and foreign policy expert, and the founder of Diversity in National Security. She's here to speak about her book, a brand new one, Why National Security Matters, and to discuss the latest in foreign policy and international affairs. So please welcome to the show, Asha Castleberry-Hernandez. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Bob Lee.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So wait a minute. You're no stranger to the show. You've been here before, so we don't have to initiate you or anything like that, right?
No, not at all.
But if we do, you've been through it all.
Yes, yes. Absolutely. And my work remains relevant, as we have seen in the media cycle, with regards to so many different national security foreign policy issues, just recently involving having troops in Washington, D.C. to dealing with the Russia-Ukraine war, as well as prior to that, the Israel-Hamas conflict continues to happen. So there's lots going on that when you look at these issues, especially with Russia-Ukraine and the Hamas conflict, with these issues are becoming more and more increasingly impacting us here at home.
Yeah. Being a foreign policy expert, how does that touch you? How do you feel about that?
Yes.
All these things taking place.
Oh, I mean, it's inundating, the media cycle. So we are seeing more and more people, engage with these issues, whether it's in national media or definitely when it comes to social media. And when you see ongoing depictions of these conflicts, especially when it comes to the issue in the Middle East, more people are paying attention and they're more engaged, and they're also reaching out locally on what can we do to address this issue, especially with our local elected officials.
Do people know what to do? Or people are like, hey, what's going on here? Or just letting it go on without? I know people are thinking about it. What can we do?
Well, some people don't because civic education is at its lowest. But those that do know, they do reach out to their elected officials as far as expressing their concerns. One issue with regards to the starvation crisis in Israel, in Gaza, that was really one that was the latest and greatest. And also they reach out to NGOs and international organizations like the United Nations to speak out in terms of the ongoing crisis there. Same thing when it comes to Ukraine and Russia, where we have the veterans community speaking out against Russian aggression in Ukraine, and also playing a part as far as what does a peace deal look like. So very active, and one way to do is definitely to reach out to your local officials as far as expressing your concerns and mobilizing people with you, and as far as using new media to express your interests. People are paying attention in new media.
Yeah. What does that new media look like, though?
New media looks like this, looks like podcast programs. People are using Substack. They're using just different social media outlets to pretty much express their concerns, their interests as far as what they look what in terms of their public policy preference or perspective.
Yeah. Now, we went in, we didn't tell anything about your background. For the people who don't know, give us a little history.
Yes.
A little overview.
So I have been part of the national security foreign policy field for almost 20 years.
You started out in the military?
Yes, I started out in the military. It was kind of dual, right? So it was the military as a ROTC student down at one of the best HBCUs known as Hampton University, the real HU. Sorry, Howard. And then also while I was there, I was a study abroad student to places like China as well as University of Oxford. And then I continued my work in as a reservist in the military, deploying to places like the Middle East, working on counterterrorism, as well as Central America, working on peacekeeping efforts as well as election observing. And then beyond that, went into academia, media, and then served in the Biden-Harris administration, working on strategic work involving policy on the Middle East and strategic competition involving Russia and China.
So you've been in it for a while.
Yes, I have, in multiple domains.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you also came up with you're the founder of Diversity and National Security Network. What is your organization doing, and how does it elevate the voices in national security and with others?
Yes, so the intent of the organization is to amplify or empower those that are involved in national security, mainly underrepresented groups like communities of color, veterans, because traditionally the national security domain or apparatus is not as diverse. It's always been like that. But just to best represent the country overall. Unfortunately, we have experienced a significant hit because of that first name, diversity. There's been an anti-DEIA movement happening to where people's, there's been a target on those that are in the work of DEIA. But we're still moving on in terms of empowering those in this space, especially from underrepresented groups, and working on a new project called National Security 2050, where we look at emerging and current national security issues and how they impact people domestically. One reason is because based on just the recent election and the rise of populism, we're seeing that a lot of people around the world, especially Americans, are out of touch with foreign policy and global trends and how they're impacting us here at home. And for example, COVID-19, climate change, looking at the outcomes of the global economy. Many of us are more reactive to those symptoms of those different type of issues and not proactive as far as what can we do to prevent, adapt to these type of global trends. So we're here to educate and provide recommendations on how to adapt to future and current national security global trend issues.
Seems like there's a whole lot more to it. You just named a few, but like COVID-19, that's still on the rise. You got the measles, you got all these degenerative diseases happening, and it seems like it's just being not covered up, but not spoken about.
Yes, because we don't really have good national leadership right now that is underscoring that we need to stay on top of these type of issues. Like, for instance, the current national leadership recommended we pull out the WHO, right? The World Health Organization. Well, that puts the United States at a disadvantage because as a member of the WHO, we're there learn about future pandemics, exchanging information, doing a lot of research with other countries around the world. So that helps us stay on top of these issues. So if we need to fund local programs to help us adapt to a future pandemic, well, we are better off by being more integrated with the world, helping to combat future pandemics, or working on the current ones that are sometimes, come up, then come down. When we're removing ourselves from these type of issues, that's where it's a problem. You don't hear nothing about it.
Yeah, I think we have to go local now. Education is the key, like we mentioned before on ABC with the American, with the African American Day Parade.
Yes, education is national security too, by the way.
That's national security.
Yeah, yes.
And the community-based CBOs have to step up and maybe fill in the gap.
Yes.
Because if you're not getting the funds from where they're supposed to come from, then we have to fill in the gap somehow, some way.
A perfect example of that where you see intersection of education and national security is supporting STEAM, science, technology, education, arts, mathematics. Those industries right there help us acquire the necessary skill sets to adapt to the 21st century global economy and compete against countries like China and many others where our students are more well advanced. We need those in place because if we don't fund those type of programs, we're going to fall behind in terms of research and and making sure that we're competitive in this global economy where we're more integrated with other countries. But, if you divest in it, we become less competitive.
All right, can we keep her on for about another half hour? Because I've got some. No, but I wanted to get into AI, but I know I want to talk about your book too, your new book. Tell us about that book, Why National Security Matters.
Yes.
And you gave us a quick synopsis within the conversation already, but you can do it again.
Yes. Well, the reason why I decided to publish a book called Why National Security Matters because I feel that there needs to be an explanation on how the foreign policy, national security issues impact us.
Yes.
When I returned home from the Middle East, that was around 2015, 16. I noticed that the American people were out of touch with the work we do around the world, or in other words, too, had still maintained this isolated mentality to where it led to rejection to the world, rejection towards international institutions, rejection towards immigrants, just a rejection towards the international system itself. And I felt that all it needed was an explanation from a practitioner as far as we may not want to go down that trajectory in terms of rejecting the world. We need to learn about it and then build your own perspective. So I felt like there was a myopic view that was cooking up in the United States and just not enough explanation. So I felt like it was in my mission life to not only teach at Fordham University foreign policy, but to also write a book, go on TV like CNN, MSNBC, and CBS News and Fox News.
And BronxNet.
Yes, and BronxNet. Yes. To help explain these issues. Yes.
Yeah. So where can we find more about your book?
Yes.
Is it on social media or you have a website where we can go and take another peek?
Yes. It's on Amazon as well as Barnes & Nobles, and also you go to Instagram and my website, www.ashacastleberry.com. And you can also go on my LinkedIn.
There you go.
Yes.
Give her a big round of applause, everybody, if you got your hands loose. Clap real fast like that. And at home, too. Asha Castleberry-Hernandez, author, Why National Security Matters. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you once again for your service.
Thank you.
All right. We'll do a quick break, and we'll come back with a whole lot more. I'm the doctor, Bob Lee. Stay tuned.